When I was 15 and half, I drove the family car at 1 a.m. to DC's 14th Street and picked up someone in order to lose it. For those not from the DC/MD/VA area, DC's 14th Street was where working ladies conducted their drive-through business move away from the area 20 years ago, so not sure if it's still like that today. All I had was a learner's permit which would not have permitted me to drive by myself, let alone going to 14th Street at 1 a.m. to do you know what. At the time, I didn't think any of it, but now I kind of regret doing it. This was way before anybody had cell phones or the internet. People only care about the robot. They don't care about me. This story took place in a robotics class. One day, the students had access to X-Acto knives, and one kid got a little carried away with his. He started going around the classroom, pretending to stab people, which no one felt comfortable with. The tallest kid in the class eventually grabbed him by the arm and told him to stop, which sent him into a fit of rage. He started screaming about why what he did wasn't wrong, and smashed one of the robots. I told him that everybody was mad about him smashing the robot, and he responded by saying, "Oh, so people only care about the robot. They don't care about me." I responded by saying, "Well, how can you not feel bad for the robot? It didn't do anything wrong." You can probably guess how he reacted to what I said. Funny vines. One day, I went to the hospital to ask the doctor, "Do you have the approach to losing weight without going on diet or exercising?" The doctor said it was the garlic in COVID-19 swab, so I recently had a COVID-19 test done, and this was the conversation that went down. Me. That actually wasn't that bad. It didn't really hurt at all. Doctor. Yeah, it's maybe because you have wide nostrils. They are like a highway. I accidentally drank gasoline, so my dad has this sick red motorcycle. He doesn't use it anymore, so he is saving it to give to me when I'm old enough to drive it. So my dad has 2 Sprite bottles that I know hold gasoline. I went 2 days ago to see if there are snacks. I saw the Sprite bottles and went to get a cup, I'm not weird, and poured a glass of Sprite and I took a big sip. Once I tasted the gasoline, I threw up because it tastes so bad. I mean, I rarely throw up, but it tasted terrible. I ran to the kitchen and took out the sink head and started spraying my mouth. My dad came out to see what happened, and I threw up again because I couldn't get the nasty out. So there is me and my dad trying various techniques to get the taste out, but none of them work. So we try for 20 minutes, and in those 20 minutes I throw up 4 times. And that's a lot of times for me. Usually I throw up 2 to 3 times per year, so yeah. We go to a local doctor office to see if they can get the taste out and to see if I was damaged. They gave me a special fluid that is hard to explain what it is, but it is not medicine. It worked mostly, but I can still taste the gasoline. After they checked if I was okay, and my body was fine because I didn't swallow the gasoline and just spit it out. So yay me. We went home because I was okay except from the taste. So if you accidentally put gasoline in your mouth and spit it out, you're most likely okay except for throwing up and for the terrible taste. That's my story on how I accidentally drank gasoline. Think I'm fake? I don't care, I know it's real, and you don't have to be such an ass about it. Just downvote and don't say anything. This is the men's restroom. My freshman year in college, I was on my way to my algebra class. I had to shit really bad. For some reason, this 5-story building has opposite restrooms in the same spot on each floor up. First floor men's, second floor women's. In the same spot as the first floor. Same thing all the way up to the 5th floor. My class was on the 3rd floor. Normally, I would walk in through the 1st floor and go up the stairs. I never really needed to use the restroom during the 50-minute class. The few times I did, I remember going to that same spot on the 3rd floor. On this day, I walked in from the back of the building, which was on a hill and enters through the 4th floor. I didn't realize this cause I was in a rush to the restroom. So here I am in what I think is the men's restroom letting loose. I get to finish shitting. As I start to wipe, someone walks in and sits in the stall right next to me. I look down at this person's sandals and I see little rhinestones in them, like obviously women's sandals. It still didn't hit me yet. I wait for this person to leave so I can wipe my ass and leave as well. They leave. I wipe. Get up, confused as to why a guy would be wearing those type of sandals. As I'm washing my hands, I realize there are no urinals. Then it all came full circle. That was the guy sitting next to me. That was a chick. I'm in the girls' bathroom. I had just taken the biggest shit. It probably stunk so bad. I always wonder if she'll look down at my shoes through bottom of the stall and thought, this girl has some big ass feet. Alright, y'all get ready for this. So I work at a strip club as a door guy, and this 73-year-old man came in today. First time I ever seen him. So due to the virus we have to take temperature before we let people in, and also wand them down with metal detectors. So anyways, I was wanding the guy down, and when I got down to his waistline the thing started beeping. He goes, does that thing have a fat fucking cock detector? Naturally I start dying laughing and let him into the club. As he opens the door to get inside, he turns around and whispers, don't let your meatloaf. So around half an hour later he comes outside while I'm out there smoking, and we get to talking, and turns out this guy was in Vietnam and the Middle East and saw combat. Guy was a total beast. Guy was wisdom in the flesh. So I thank him for the funny moments and the talk we had. He shakes my hand and almost breaks it and walks to his car. As he opens the door, he looks at me and says, don't let your meatloaf, and gets in his car and drives away. I hope I see you again, Gary. My grandfather had the best outlook and sense of humor. Even though he had been through the Great Depression and fought in WWII, my grandpa had such a great attitude, and it makes me wonder why. One time he and I were getting pizza and sitting at the table. The waitress comes over and he orders a pie. She asks, would you like it cut into 8 pieces or 12? He responds, better make it 8. I don't think we can eat 12 today. I remember him telling me one day when he was on the ladder and goes on about this time he fell off of a 40 ladder, but luckily he was only on the second rung. I don't know if that's funny to anyone else, but I just wanted to share. I thought about just now as I was cutting a pea. What's in the water? Guy just had the biggest scare of my life. So I was using the to pee and got up, flushed it, and was about to wash my hands, but looked back because the toilet water was making weird flushing sounds. As I looked, a king rat came up the damn toilet, y'all. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, running back and forth from the bathroom to my bedroom, not knowing what to freaking do, while this damn rat as big as my hand is swimming frantically trying to get out from inside my toilet. After the third run I threw the lid down so the would jump out. Then I ran a few more times trying to find an escape route as if the problem was going to solve itself. This entire time my husband has no idea and keeps asking me what happened, and I just kept yelling and screaming at rat. Then my husband tells me to flush it. So I did. It's gone now, but I bet you from now on I'm just going to squat while using my own toilet. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy now from all the screaming. Pajama Day 2008. I am 5 years old at the time, well into kindergarten and almost finishing my second semester. I was always first to come into the class, and everyone used to hype me up for always being the first in class in the morning. With my fresh SpongeBob SquarePants pajamas on. You bucket got SpongeBob pajamas on. Some minutes go by, and these minutes were about to be the funniest. Someone quietly farted like asterisk poof pfft asterisk, and everyone was snickering. As I was a 5-star comedian, I was feeling like I was falling off, but best trick in the book. Farts. I feel the bubbles coming on, and as I breathe in and breathing USQUONKKKK, everyone is quiet after what in the earthquake just happened. The only reaction I got is the girl named Paige turned around at me, gave me a little tilde HMMMM tilde smirk smile, and went right back to work after getting into trouble, of course.